Have you had a feeling of sadness over a long amount of time?
And have you ever been worried about someone you care about having this feeling?
If you have, we are here to help. Depression is the most frequently identified mental health condition. It can root and change behavior. Also can lead to thoughts about harming yourself or worse. Although having depression and being depressed are two completely different things. Being depressed is when you are sad in that moment, but having depression means that you cannot stop being sad, have loss of interest, or too little sleep, or too much sleep, or loss of appetite.
Signs are normally the way people find out someone like friends, family, an acquaintance, or even yourself are feeling depressed in any way. It's difficult to notice signs without knowing what signs to look out for, but don't worry, that's what we're here for. If I told you all signs, we could be here all day, so I'll just tell you the 5 main signs to look out for. As Jacob said, loss of appetite, excessive eating, and other eating disorders can be signs of depression. People can start having a change in their eating habits excessively, but this can also be a different disorder like anorexia, which is an eating problem. Also, if you notice you or someone else having weird appetites or no appetite at all, ask them if everything's all right. Sleeping difficulty. Not sleeping or oversleeping is a common sign of depression. This can be tough to notice because you can't see how well a person has slept, but you can notice changes in their behavior and if they're more tired in general. Random pain. Depression can also influence a person's physical well-being. The most common pains are joint pain, backaches, bloating, and bloating. About 70% of people find out their depression diagnosis by going to the doctor with random pains. Irritability. One of the other symptoms of depression is irritability. People who suffer from depression can easily get annoyed and agitated at little problems and things. Irritability can lead to suicidal thoughts and self-harming. Last but not least, loss of interest. If you notice you or someone else having no interest in what they're usually interested in, again, try to look for other symptoms and ask them if everything's all right.
There are lots of types of depression. The worst is probably major depressive disorder, also called clinical depression, which can show through all of the 5 things Tallulah just shared. Also, it is the most ordinary form of depression.
It does not mean that if you have one of these symptoms, you have depression. It's if you have at least 4 or more that you have depression. So don't go around thinking you have depression when you have a backache or when you're hungry.
Other types of depression include persistent depressive disorder, also known as dysthymia, or depression called SAD, which is short for seasonal affective disorder. There are so many types of depression that I could not list all types of depression. If you notice that you or another person has some of the symptoms we talked about earlier, get a professional to help.
But what can you do if you are worried about you or someone else feeling depressed? Try to stay in touch. Don't withdraw from life and your family and friends. It's important to stay in touch so you have someone to talk to when you're feeling down or sad.
And here are some things you can do when experiencing. Get help from a doctor who may help you with medication, or see a psychiatrist who may help you with cognitive behavior therapy, or get a mix of both.
Try to be more active. Try to do a type of sports at least once a day. So maybe it could be going for a jog, taking part in the team sports, or just going on a walk. You should try and form a sleep routine too. With depression can affect your sleep, and it's really important to form a routine. The same with eating. Try to form a healthy eating routine. Try to have at least 3 meals a day, not too much and not too little. One of my personal favorites is try to get out of your comfort zone. It might be hard, but people who suffer from depression usually try to avoid normal day activities, like driving, riding a bike, or hanging out with friends, because they're worried. It's important to face these situations and gain your confidence back.
There are a lot of things you can do, but you also need to get a professional to help, since they know more about your depression and know how to help you.
We hope you realize that you are not alone. And if you think someone else might be feeling down, make sure they realize they are not alone, because sometimes a small amount of words can make a big difference.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring.